we want to merge, like use Web 2 and Web 3 and make it works for people and slowly onboard it to real decentralization solution.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Who's Got Clout, hosted here on Clout Forum with my beautiful co-host Alex Roken, representing over in Europe, and myself, Mark Bentley, here down in the Asia Pacific in Australia. So it's our pleasure to be bringing forward all the movement and the exciting stuff that's happening out there in Web3 and the blockchain and the creator economy, and help really connect the different worlds of the developers, the creators, and make sure that everyone really gets to surf the edge of creation here and make the most of it. So today we have some very special guests that are creating a platform that is taking the decentralized social blockchain to another level and really helping us see what's possible with all of this. So I'd love to welcome aboard the founding team behind OverCloud. So Don and Vladimir, how are you guys doing today?
Oh, absolutely.
That's nice.
Fantastic. Really appreciate you both making the time. So with OverCloud, I mean, you guys have been doing some amazing things that's, I think, solving a lot of problems that we've had with decentralized socials. But before we go into the actual platform itself, I'd love just to get a little bit of a background. What is your background in regards to blockchain, the decentralized social media that led you to OverCloud? Like, is it something new to you both, or is it something you've been working in for a while?
We started, I guess, in the 2016 year with a first startup in blockchain. It was a cryptocurrency exchange. It was a centralized way, of course. We didn't know about the Bitcoin or blockchain, but in this year, Bitcoin started to grow, like the price was exploding, and we thought it kind of interesting. Let's investigate more on that. And then we came with an idea to create an exchange without much investment. It was a startup way, just two of us making front end and back end.
Just bootstrapping it, making it happen.
Yeah. How long did it take? I guess 1 month.
1 month. To action.
Maybe 1 month and 1 week or so. The start wasn't super great. So we spent like a week after the official start for fixing bugs.
Gotcha. Yeah, of course. With that experience, what kind of what roles do you guys play? So have you been working together for a while then? And so Don, maybe you can break down for us what kind of positions do you guys fall into as a partnership? Are you both working on the technical back end, or does one of you take the back end while the other one does more of the marketing and PR? Or how does that look for you guys when you work together?
Actually, we know each other for a really long time. I guess even longer than we started before when we exchanged. Yeah. How long?
Maybe 14 years, maybe, or a little bit less. I'm not sure.
So it's was I guess first time experience. I mean, this huge experience when really big startup, and we make together. And actually, for sure we had some experience before, but it was fun. We use ICO, before ICO had kind of hype. So for sure, our ICO was we have no money. We just buy some ads on Facebook and just got converted it in money. So we just pay for ads and get investments. So that's how we started. So we get maybe, I don't remember, I guess 2 Bitcoins or something like it, but 1 Bitcoin was 2,000 or something.
Yeah, a bit different.
And after
now,
this, we had some, just for nothing. Actually, that time I left my job.
To go full time.
It was kind of tricky for me because, you have situation, you need to do something and do it fast.
That's a good point, Don.
So we just start like this.
Right now in this kind of cutting edge with all the innovation happening, it is a tricky balance, isn't it? Because there's so much opportunity, but you have to move fast, which if you're doing 300 different other jobs can make it hard to get it over the line, and someone else is going to beat you to it. So now,
you need to move fast and concentrate on some one thing, at least for some time of period.
I just want to add a couple of things because you didn't really answer the question. Don was able to make a blockchain and backend things. I was helping with the design, with the front end part, and a little bit of marketing.
Fantastic.
So I'm a kind of backend guy,
Yeah, it's amazing how that works. Huh?
About architecture and something like this.
Gotcha.
Oh, and also we used to work as a support guys on our side because people, they didn't know much about blockchain and cryptocurrency exchange. Obviously, they wanted to make some money, but they needed some help, and we're just chatting with everyone.
And actually, that time we had best support, I guess. For sure, best support. It times when nobody yet used this one. I mean, like interact with customer. When they come to your site, they can open message box, just type something, ask any question, and you just answer. Yeah, for sure. First time, and we did everything, not about programming, but everything.
Yeah, and getting that experience across on the rest as well, and it's good to hear because the support is really important. And so with going back to when you guys launched the exchange, what was that experience like in because I know it's a bit like the Wild West. There's a lot of things go great, a lot of things go terribly, and a lot of projects didn't make it over the line, not because of the fault of the people with the projects, but just as the case of the new world. So how did it go with the exchange, and what was your experience? Is that still going now, or was it something you changed direction from?
Yeah, actually, we changed direction long time ago. I mean, this experience was 5 years, I guess 5 years ago. So we just had some issue. I mean, inside the code, so we had some problems, and we just got hacked. And so debt was sold to another company.
Gotcha.
That's like this. Yeah, but it was one day when we get bad news, but it's okay. We actually got really much experience about things, about how it works. It was really first time when we start to use blockchain, when we start to do something on top of blockchain, really first time. We never did before.
Takes a lot of courage, Don, for sure, to be able to take that leap in that. It's and like you say, one of the things I think we were talking about one of our recent podcasts is how forgiving we need to be, in this field when we're trying new things, because if we're too scared about making mistakes or not working out, then we won't even begin, right?
Yeah.
So absolutely.
I guess you need to learn on your mistakes. It's normal. It's process of life. You learn your mistakes, you're growing. You don't learn your mistakes, you just stay same position.
And Don, did I see on your profile that you do free running?
Yeah, it's a free runner. Yeah. I mean, why? Actually, for me, I can explain my story and just if you want. It's so I finished school. I went to go to university. I guess I spent around maybe 1 year, and I understand that I cannot attend this. I cannot learn things because it's boring and I get nothing. So I'm kind of self-made. After this, I started to do projects. It was a long time ago. If you remember, it's about WML. It's about white and black mobile. This is really long time ago when we had GPRS and just Edge. So long it just was just starting. We had no application. This is really a long time ago. Yeah, so just I started to build some projects, and actually I worked maybe 3 years for my whole life, and that's why I put free runner, because I'm looking for opportunity.
And gotcha.
Trying to do things that is important for people, for humanity, and for world. Because actually it bothers me. I wanna do good things. This is it.
Absolutely. So when I saw the free running, because I used to do parkour and free running, through the city where you run up the walls and jump. So I thought that was what you were referring to, and I was going to say.
Actually, I like running. I like running. I guess.
Gotcha.
I guess it's my best exercise.
And Donna absolutely kind of explains beautifully. Even because free running, running free, right? The whole idea of free running when we're doing it as the acrobatics in the city, you know, it's all about finding the most efficient way through from one point to the other and learning how to use your environment to adapt, to move, to jump. And if you make a mistake, you have to learn.
Yeah, adapt is
so it's what you're doing,
important.
right? Except in the blockchain free running.
It is.
And so for you, Vladimir, what's your background story, your superhero story in a nutshell that led you to this point?
It's not that interesting. I graduated from university and started to work in a marketing, not even in programming or something else. But because we're an old friends with Don, he introduces me to this world of programming. And I started working professionally as a developer only 6 or 7 years ago. And I'm not a free runner really. But I quit my job when we started this cryptocurrency exchange also. I quit my job. Now I'm working for the German project also in cryptocurrency world. It's a OnePlay or Wombat cryptocurrency wallet. I'm not sure if anyone is familiar, but it grows.
Fantastic. Well, Vladimir, one thing that I think is really important is, you know, marketing used to cop a bad rap. You know, everyone's like, oh, marketing, sales. It kind of, sometimes we get a bad reputation in the old world. And one thing I've come to realize is there's a lot of people doing tech, back end, all these different things, but getting that good, you know, interface, getting that good marketing, getting the word out there so people hear about it. Like, this is what's going to be the most important if we're going to get it to mainstream. And so it's important. It's what I love seeing is how organically these natural pairings of someone taking the back end and someone taking the front end naturally coming together. You know, it's like a lot like Alex and I will be doing a lot of the time. With that, let's get to the key part a lot of people are really interested about that are watching. So this podcast goes out to the greater blockchain world, but we do have a very dedicated decentralized social blockchain fan base, which big shout out to everyone watching. When did you guys come across DeSo? And maybe Don, we can start with you when you came across DeSo and what brought you to it and what your first impressions were. And then we can jump in afterwards to talk about OverCloud.
Okay, long story because I'm on DeSo since like end of March. My account registered in like April, maybe 2 or something, but actually I'm on DeSo maybe like March 20 or something like this.
Last year, so from the beginning.
Yeah, last year, not this one. Sure.
We got to clarify that one.
Actually, yeah,
you're an OG.
You know Clout Angel, maybe. I don't know if you heard about this. So it's kind of like first project that we try to do with my last partner that we just finished to work together because we just a little bit different. I mean, I'm a guy who just like to do. I don't like waste time. I just, you know, I don't like plans. I see, I do. This is me. Someone just needs to speak much and like this. So we just really cannot work together. So we just break up our partnership. Before, when I thought about like DeSo, for sure, I had like really, really bad situation, you know, like no money, hard living, and need to think what to do next. So after this, I found DeSo from my partner and start to find opportunity there to earn some money because first thing, I need like something for living, you know. For sure, first month, March and April was so good and we mostly speculated about cryptocurrency. So I just wrote developed some bots who just buy and sell, you know, on their own. Actually, now we have like service like this. After this, we just speak with my last partner. We try to think that we can move together. And this is whole Angel have 2 screens of people. It's about Explorer. This is really faster, better. And actually it was like, this time we had no API, no documentation. So it just, I guess, reverse engineering when you know things, how it works. And I remember these times when I used like Selenium. I don't know, maybe it's like dev stuff, you know, Selenium. So it's like a programmable browser. When you use this programmable browser and you say that click here, and you part this page. So crazy. But you had no way to do, you know, because you had no API. It's limited on the Cloudflare. It's so hard. So we started to make Cloud Angel after bots stopped working. So I applied for Octane grant letter. So we get Octane grant. And on this position, we got like half, like we got actually 40,000. We got 20,000 first in Bitcoin, and this time, when this transferred, it was like morning in USA, but it's like yeah. So when I woke up, yeah, I saw that I have some Bitcoin, but Bitcoin goes down. But it's okay. I choose Bitcoin. It's my fault. Yeah. So we just got half, and we just decided with my last partner about Cloud Angel just to split and move separate ways. So because I'm honest person, I just send like half of this to him and say, okay, like it's okay, you move your way, I move my way. And I started to develop OverDiso. This is like API, actually fully rebuilt core node that use custom indexes, special statistic stuff, and it's like run on MySQL from Facebook RocksDB. Diso doesn't like Facebook much, but my Rocks is really good. And after this, we start to work on OverCloud. So I call Brightside and say, hey man, this is like really cool stuff. This is Diso. This is like future. It's Web3. Let's do something because we work. And we didn't talk before, like 5 years, I guess, maybe more. And Brightside actually built fully OverCloud, like full OverCloud that you see now, all interface. And actually in like just half time of working because he has like full-time job.
Yeah, wow. That's impressive.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean some things. I won some, some contests from Diamond Hands. Like maybe Clout. It has like 150,000 posts now.
Yes.
And I guess some
yes.
people don't like this, but yeah, actually I just won some contests from core team, but after they just stopped. And when we received like a 10 grand, we start to work on OverCloud and improve OverDiso because OverDiso is like backend that offer better experience and better performance for core node. I was thinking use core node or don't use core node. So core node has like 300 gigabytes of data and indexing from scratch for now like 2 days. So what we built on OverDiso is about 7 hours for indexing and much more data and just 78 gigabytes, I guess, of raw data, no compressed.
Right.
This is it. And yeah, the reason of this, we want to move fast, but core team is not so fast, but we want to move fast. We want to pulse, so we make it. We want to leave streams, we make it. And our priority is to make it on blockchain. So almost everything that we make is on chain. Every node can use it, because it's on chain. Nothing centralized. Yeah, we try to escape this as much as we can,
No, absolutely.
Yeah, because this is the way, I guess. This is the way. So,
this is
and
the way,
these guys
as a Mandalorian
really
would say.
build full OverCloud frontend that you see now. Yeah. Oh, we have some designers. So yeah.
You guys have done an amazing job. I appreciate the background, Don. So Brightside, which is the nickname, Vladimir. Now, I love that nickname, by the way, Brightside. And I think it suits your face because you do have that face that kind of just lights up. But so
it's a trick.
It's a trick.
That's why I choose this nickname, because my face always sets.
Well, you've tricked me so far today. So Brightside, here in Australia, that's pretty much how we do nicknames. Like, people call me Shorty, but I'm about 6'5", so it's you fit right in here in Australia. So Brightside, what was your experience coming into this? So obviously, Don, you've been here from the beginning. You were deep in this, in the grind of it all. And then, so Brightside, you're very fresh, right? So you've come into this. What was your experience coming into it when Don reached out to you and what you saw?
Yes, it was literally how Don described it. He just called me and said, hey, there is a cool project. Let's start building. And it was in the end of December. From January, we started building it from scratch. We choose React as a main framework for doing UI. And we have some skeleton UI interface prepared for our previous designer. And starting just making things. Usually I used to build our OverCloud after my work for a few hours after work, and I spent almost all my holidays and all my weekends building OverCloud also. So I spent a lot of time on that. And I love how startup works. And if I have an idea of creating a module like a story-like module from Instagram, I just build it within a couple of days. Sure, it's buggy because I'm new to this. I'm not even sure what is it. I'm just building interfaces, building code, and avoiding the stuff going on this because sometimes it could be frustrating reading these comments of this core team about how they help in the community, about how they engage community, but really they don't really help me with my questions. I had a few questions, but no one helped me with it.
I had to dig the code to understand how it works, and find like issues and send to them. Look here, lazy Nina, you can see this is bug, fix it.
Yeah, no, I think this is the Wild West we're in right now. Is like, in the last year, the way DeSo blew open, which I think it grew faster than anyone could have expected. Once it kind of busted open, it's kind of that Wild West time, right? Where it's everyone's bailing out the ship, trying to work out how to keep things moving, which way to go. And it's been really beautiful to see over this year for all the expectations everyone had about each other, for all these things that are happening, that in the end, it comes down to the developers like yourselves to just step up, brush the shoulders off and go, could be, should be, would be, that would be great, but let's get this built. And that's what I love about your attitude, Don, of like, let's just build, let's get it done. If we can't get the answers from somewhere else, let's go find them. So it's been amazing to watch the innovation and the motivation that all the developers like yourselves have had to just give for yourself, without being handheld and brought in and supported in ways that would have been fantastic. So respect for what you've been able to put together so far. Now, going into OverCloud, because this is something that is getting a bit of attention at the moment around the place, and for good reason, because OverCloud, for those that are watching and haven't seen it yet, check it out, overcloud.com. I'll make sure the link's under here so you know where to go. You can go create yourself a profile and you can use that anywhere on the decentralized social blockchain. Now, what I've noticed immediately from overcloud.com when I jumped on and spent some time playing around and visiting is you have the stories at the top, like you would see on Facebook or Instagram, etc., which is something that you don't see elsewhere. And you've got a lot more widgets and things going on that actually really seem to feed discovery, to be able to help people find, other creators, other users, which I think is something we've all been very hungry for in the community, because it feels very heavy and hard work to follow someone, to see their work, because it's such a limited place. So where are you getting your inspiration from? Is it the outside world? And one of the questions I want to ask is, how do you deal with the centralization and the decentralization challenge of things like stories? Because are they on the blockchain or are they centralized?
We're trying to do all the things on chain, but for sure we need to host media content somewhere. We can't do it now on chain. Possibly we can, but the transaction weight will be inappropriate.
One transaction limited to 8 megabytes. So you cannot do this, actually.
Yeah. So Diamond app and other apps just use Cloudflare as a media hosting. So we do the same. This is the way how we can handle it currently. Maybe we will find a better solution lately, but not now.
Gotcha. I've noticed it's an important conversation that's happening out there a lot, is how much decentralization is important. Because there's one thing to have that ideal of pure decentralization, but then we also have to be realists about what technology we have right now and what is important and what we can forgive not being centralized, not being decentralized for now, right? So what about you, Don? What's your thoughts on the process of you were saying you had a few words to mention as well?
Okay, let's start from your thing. So it's not decentralized now, but I really believe they will, but not for now. Okay, so when we do things, we always think about decentralization, and we think about that someone will use it. That's why we have like a layer for API and custom protocol. So you remember I told before that we want to move fast. So we made already so. This is like API layer. And to move fast, we also develop a protocol. This protocol just puts some data into the transaction. So everyone can read this, everyone can follow us, everyone can use same that we use. Okay, we have polls, everyone can use it. We will have gifts soon, everyone will use it if they just read documentation, you know. We will have pins, pin post, everyone can use it. We have live stream. We also made this like that other nodes even now can watch it. Yeah, thanks for Cloud. Thanks to Cloudflare, but it's not so perfect. That's what Brightside said, and we just looking for solution, you know. But Cloudflare is for now good. It's cheap and it works. Not so good, but it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you looked at any of the other decentralized storage options?
Oh,
or is it just
you
a
mean
bit too much just
I
yet?
don't know how to say.
I mean, I think it's
Yeah,
really what you're
into
saying,
this.
Don, is that part where these are expenses that once we go decentralized storage, it starts becoming costly, right? And when you're a startup and bootstrapping and getting something like this to the table, again, being realistic about what is the priority of, especially for your funds, you know, where are you going to put your energy and your time? And so absolutely, it's important that we you know, be realistic. And so right now, that's probably a big reminder to the whole community, not just in DeSo, but blockchain and creator economy and everything. We are in wild times. So it's very easy to stand there up on the mountain and judge those that are building. But I think it's important that we take the time to understand that, you know, it's going to take time to get to the perfect world we want to build. And, you know, really be there to offer your suggestions and creative support for these people rather than criticisms and nasty comments. So thank you for everything you guys have done in that sense for kind of moving into the forefront, you know, because I'm sure you get a lot of feedback of all kinds. What has the community response been, actually? Maybe Vladimir, you want to speak?
The community is so good. No one, I guess, no one told bad things about us. No one told like something, you know. Everyone who like mentioned us before, good, everything good, you know.
Yeah, beautiful.
And
beautiful.
You know, we try to be responsible, as much responsible as we can. This is really important, and the main target for everything is just being user friendly, build great UI, and you know, just hide like hard things, like complex things like API, and so for user we just give like easy things.
Yeah, that's something definitely I've noticed going into OverCloud is it is a very welcoming experience for a non-technical person. You know, coming into there, it's and you know, Brightside, you've done an amazing job with the design. It really does feel like going into a social media world that you know, we understand in that sense.
It was our main goal to make an application that will be usable for people who don't know about blockchain, don't know about cryptocurrencies. They just use Facebook, Instagram, and etc. And then our job is to tell them that you also can earn some money by doing content and keep your content always on chain, on blockchain.
Onboard step by step, onboard people slowly. Like we don't need to tell them actually even about this. So we can tell like, look, this is like site. This is like when you log in there or register, you will own your identity, you know, forever. When you post something, you will own this forever. It's only yours, nobody can take. And after we can start to educate, because actually for people who are not familiar with crypto, you know, with blockchains and stuff, this magic stuff, actually many people like don't know about this, nothing. I mean, they know nothing about this actually. So the idea is just slowly move things from Web 2 to Web 3. But it doesn't mean that we want to just say, oh, Web 2 is so bad, just We don't want to this, come to Web3 and do everything. No, we want to merge, like use Web2 and Web3 and make it works for people and slowly onboard it to real decentralization solution. Not like say, oh, Facebook is like bad, come to here and use this. So it doesn't work for normal people. They think Facebook is good because they have connection there. That's problem,
Absolutely.
So you cannot just move people to another social. This is the problem of social, especially new one. And it doesn't matter if blockchain or not blockchain. People don't ask about this,
I think you knocked onto a really important point there that, when we're looking at this, the early adopters like us, the courageous ones that love being on the bleeding edge of, new things and the challenges, we have certain values that draw us to something like DSO, that get us building and the rest. But it's so easy to forget, right? That 90% of the population out there couldn't give a shit, really, pardon my expression. It's like, is it fun?
This is it.
If it's not fun, I don't want to do it. And if it's fun and I'm in prison and people are taking all my information, then that's okay too, because I'm having fun. It's kind of that spirit of a lot of people. It's being realistic about it. So in that case, rather than, I think it was Buckminster Fuller once said, instead of trying to fight the problem and go on about the problem all the time, create a solution that is so good that people will just naturally adopt it. And so that's what I see the approach that it seems, Brightside, that you guys are taking, which is awesome. So with that, very aware of our time as well, and time is precious. I appreciate you guys being here. I want to bring on Alex now, because Alex has got some great questions for you guys. And I'll be still here, but Alex, bring in the questions. And at the end, we'll just have a few last words before we close off the podcast.
Yeah, so guys, I'm going to have a few questions about OverCloud and Web3 in general, and then I'm going to ask you some things about your personal preferences and habits. And be ready for it, because it's going to be challenging for you for sure. So my question is, what was the biggest challenge in building OverCloud? Don, what would you say?
I guess it's about fully rebuilding consensus protocol, So OverCloud works on our API. This is much faster and has like special things to work. And really hard part was to build this, to connect transaction, disconnect transaction, because it's, it's fully rebuilt from scratch. We did use nothing from core code. We just built it from scratch, but following consensus.
Awesome. Vladimir, do you have something to add?
Yeah, sure. So I'm doing a front-end part on this project. So my main problem is this identity iframe that we use to sign transactions and to get full storage access on the web browser. Sometimes I just can't get it how it works really, and we also had some issue with signing transactions. And Don also created a GitHub issue about that. So the sign is sometimes changed.
Yeah, changed by node.
Why?
Yeah, I can see it through your face. Your facial expression when you're talking about this identity is very vocal, man. Okay, guys, and what was the best thing in building OverCloud? Don?
I guess we still work together.
The best thing is upcoming, right?
Yeah, I guess we can build anything, not just OverCloud. So I guess for me, bad thing that we work together again, after like 5-6 years.
This is the true friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vladimir, do you have something to
add? Yeah, I can agree with Don about that. But also I want to add that I love how startup works. In the morning, we came up with an idea of doing some module, and in the evening, I can implement it. It's super cool.
So you can move very fast. This is awesome, actually.
Awesome. Guys, what are the top 3 features that you are excited the most about OverCloud?
Oh, I guess not every feature is released now.
Yeah,
okay,
well, if you can provide some sneak peek, it would be great. So it's going to be a pre-announced.
Oh, do we want to share things or not? Don't.
It's okay if you don't want.
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's just open book.
Yeah, we already prepared some super cool UI and design for the NFT part of Overcloud. It will be huge, but we are not ready with it.
How long will it take?
I'm not sure. We have things to fix before we even start.
Just say,
currently we have only
just say
interfaces.
1 or 2 years, and that's gonna be fine. And if you deliver earlier, it's gonna be a success.
Come on, no. Okay, this month we just finish everything to public release, and next month we can do something else.
Awesome.
This is how it works. Not like many years.
So guys, my question is going to be about Web3 in general, and it's interesting for me. What's the most exciting stuff there for you? Vladimir, let's start from you.
My face shows everything, I guess. I'm a Web2 guy, really. That's the trick about me also. Current version of Web3, I'm not very excited about it. Currently, it's usually just, sure, it gives you an opportunity to save your data, move your data everywhere with you. But it's not really decentralized. It's not currently just words, nothing more.
Yeah, of course. Let me just to have a little discussion with you. So yeah, Web3 is promoting and manifesting the decentralization, but it's not the 100% decentralized for sure. But it's like an idea. It's like a democracy. You don't have the full pure democracy in any country. And the same is Web3. But Web3 is going in the right direction from, in my point of view. And if you would have to choose at least one thing that is good in Web3, what would you say? I'm asking this because we are gonna need to cut this piece that you said that Web3 is bad. So we need something.
All right. I will
Web3
say that
rules.
Just kidding.
Web3. All right. It's a good opportunity to keep your data with you all the time. Because it started to grow, this info field, when Donald Trump was banned on Twitter, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, what we are doing with Web 2? Let's move to Web 3." And as an idea, is great. I can agree with it. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Don. What would you add?
For me, I had some experience with blocking my accounts, and I know someone else who had this experience. So for me, Web3 is like freedom. Yeah, I agree with Brightside because it's really not ready for now, but for sure it will take some time. And we are just in time when it's just starting just now. And for sure, it takes some time to finalize like something that we will use. But for now, yeah, Web3 is not ready like for mass usage, I guess. And if you want to move people to Web3, you need to combine things like, because people like Web2. People who use crypto, blockchain, for sure, they say, oh, Web3 is so good, so nice. But if we talk about normal people, and it's like maybe 98% or something like this, they're okay with Web2. And you need to live with this. You need to combine this. You cannot say someone like, okay, Web3 is cool, go there. Just slowly, step by step. And this is the way for mass adoption, I bet. So Web3 is just starting to become something new that we never see before.
Yeah, and you are in the beginning of it for sure. And the fact that you are working on Web3 project is proving that you have the vision for the future of Web3 and potential that it can bring to the market, at least for new companies, for new entities, projects, and so on and so forth. And you are being on the edge of the new technology that we have. Okay, I want to ask you some questions about yourself and about your preferences. DonHardman, where are you living now?
In Thailand.
How long have you been there?
7 years, I guess. I'm not sure, actually. I'm not counting, but 7 years or something like this.
So have you married there to someone to stay there?
No. Yeah, I have a girlfriend, but not married.
What's your favorite food, guys?
Actually, for me, food is just thing that you need to eat to stay alive. Actually, I mean, I have no preferences in it. I guess like this.
Are you more a vegan guy or meat guy?
Meat is good.
Now,
Okay, I
now
like
we
beef.
see.
I like beef steak. Okay.
Yeah.
Especially
Vladimir,
rare.
Vladimir, what about you?
I'm also a meat guy, but I always combine meat with a lot of vegetables for health. I also don't have any preferences because I don't like eating because it takes much time that I can spend on work.
Yeah, 100% a dev gene guy. Nothing else matters, just coding. Okay, guys, who do you want to
and
see
actually,
joining?
I guess we just didn't speak about this, but Brightside came to Thailand.
So
I'm sitting next to DonHardman.
Yeah, sitting here. We just split because, you know.
I see. That's cool.
Yeah, we built things before in fully remote environment. Yeah, so Brightside just flight here maybe 2 weeks ago, I guess, 2 weeks ago. So
Nice.
now we can move really faster. I mean, communication is like have no gap, same time
Awesome.
zone, and like.
Mark, this is something we should find an opportunity to do as well.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, who do you want to see joining Overcloud? I mean, there was an announcement from the DSO that they're giving away $2 million for the guy who will invite Elon Musk successfully to DSO. So what would be your choice about the person who would you want to see on Overcloud?
The whole world. I don't think about person. I think about bigger things.
Yeah, just a simple people, not famous, not rich, just simple people.
Your
This
point
is our main goal.
You prefer 1 million people, ordinary people, than just Elon Musk, right?
Sure,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, guys. I don't know whether you are married or not. Do you have a wife or a family right now? But my question is going to be, how many kids would you want to have in your life?
Actually, I didn't think about this, to be honest, but maybe 1 or 2, I guess.
Vladimir?
Brightside.
My wife wants 2, I guess.
But you disagree, right? You disagree?
No, sure. Let's start with the first.
Okay.
Then let's see.
And let's see what's going on.
Yeah, let's beta test and then we'll see it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds
Okay.
like a plan.
And my last question for you guys, what would you want to say to this community?
Stay strong. There's a community.
Yes, this is what I wanted to say. Stay strong. Keep just keep patience, you know.
We're coming for you.
Very soon. I guess sooner than you think.
Awesome. From my part, I just want to say thank you to the community for every bit of support that we are getting, and I see that you are sending your vibes of positivity to Overcloud as well, and they're doing great stuff for sure. So thank you for that, and I hope we can help each other further and just enjoy the ride. So guys, thank you very much for your honest and open answers to my very tricky questions. I appreciate it. So Mark, the floor is yours.
All right. Thanks, Alex. Don, Brightside, this is the traditional part of this podcast, is we always have some nice little questions to get some tension out of our guests, because you never know what pops out of it. So we appreciate you taking part and for taking the time to be here on this podcast today. It's been great to get to meet the faces behind, you know, the products that are coming out there and the tools that we're getting to use, because I think one of the things coming into Web3 really is that thing of transparency and trust. You know, people are wanting community, they want connection. We're living in a time where the world is falling apart in this illusion of crazy. You know, it's like a collective psychosis underway. And the one thing that I see as a cure for that is human connection and community and or genuine authenticity. So from me, genuinely, thank you both for really turning up with that spirit, being here, just being able to really connect and connecting with the DSO community, providing a tool that is, you know, Vladimir, like you say, people love Web 2, and Web 3 isn't about getting rid of Web 2. it's like you're saying, Don, it's about bringing it in, integrating in. Everything has its place. We use those tools for that, those tools for that. So thank you for bringing that vision and that realism of how to blend this so it can actually be usable by the everyday people. So with that, do you guys have any last words you'd like to shout out to the blockchain world out there that are going to watch this podcast?
I just wanted to say that it was a pleasure to meet you guys. It's my first experience on doing this kind of interview. It was really cool. And thank you for your support of the community and your, moving the community forward.
Absolutely, Brightside. And hey, you have an amazing speaking voice. You got an amazing presence. So get on more of them. And so if you haven't been on the Crash and Science, make sure you get these fellas on. Awesome. What about you, Don? Any last words?
Thank you guys for your time. Yep. Thank you guys for your time. Was so nice to meet you. And actually for me, it's also like first time when even speak English and do like this, in video. So, and I want to say thank you for this whole community. It's not so big now, but it's strong. And I guess we will succeed. Just need some time. And Web3 is the future for sure.
Yeah. And Brightside, Don, we can have that debate later. We'll have another call all together to discuss that one. Okay, fantastic. Really appreciate all the time. Everyone who's watching, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. Time is precious right now. Hope you learned lots here. Make sure you've signed up to overcloud.com, the link right here. Set yourself up a profile, engage, connect. You can find these guys on there and, provide your feedback, help co-create this place. We all bring our magic together. And with that, thank you for listening. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. We've got new episodes coming out every week with new developers, new creators, and the rest. And don't forget to check out our channel, Clout Forum, where you will see a whole bunch of videos of amazing people, with this being the latest one. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.